And so that's important to understand. Now, just to get to the final thing, in my book, and Tony Fauci, if any of you end up reading the book, that last chapter talks about all of these pandemic simulations. I've been studying the CIA for much of my adult life. Because of my family's relationship, I wrote a book, which to me is my best book, American Values. And it is the story of my family's 60-year fistfight with the CIA, which began with my grandfather, Joseph Kennedy, who served on the Hoover Commission in 1955 and recommended the disbanding of the CIA's plans division. Its division that was fixing elections and assassinating leaders and all of that. So the CIA never forgave my family for that. And then when my uncle came in, after the Bay of Pigs, he fired the top 3 officials, Bissell and Cadell and Allen Dulles, who then made himself the head of the Warren Commission 3 years later. And when my uncle died, he told a reporter, "I'm glad the little shit is dead. He thought he was a god." And so I know a lot about the CIA. I've gotten their manuals. I paid over $1,000 to get these manuals because they're training manuals from MK Ultra, and MK stands for mind control, MK Naomi, MK Dietrich. It all came out of Fort Detrick and NIH, and then 150 colleges around our country where they were funding these studies. And if you look at what they do in these simulations, they're using all of these techniques that they developed in colleges, in college laboratories, social scientists and other scientists, medical scientists for years who were studying how do you control individual behavior, but also mass behavior. How do you induce mass psychosis? How do you create Manchurian candidates? How do you do all these? They had all these colleges studying these, and how do you impose centralized foreign control on indigenous populations? By coming into a country, by using propaganda, by using fear, by sowing chaos, by destroying relationships, destroying faith in institutions, driving people apart and creating chaos so they will invite in an authority who will give them peace and safety. And all of these mind control techniques are designed to accelerate that process. And they study the Stockholm Syndrome, for example. If you lock people, down, they become grateful to their captors. And they become angry at the people who criticize their captors. And they believe that the only way that they can escape this confinement is through total obedience and total compliance to their jailers.